Morning, everyone. John Ponick with the Mojave Valley Daily News. This is the Daily Dose for Monday, April 5th. Remember, the Daily Dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center in Fort Mojave, Arizona. The Tri-State Radiology Center is the River City's premier independent imaging facility, offering both digital X-ray and open MRI services. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. And remember, at Tri-State Radiology, your image means the world to us. First, I'd like to thank Carrie for stepping in for me on Friday. I needed some time off to get my beauty sleep. Obviously, it did not work, but whatever. So this is our Makeup Monday. We always start our Mondays by kind of recapping Sunday's paper. So here's Sunday's paper. A lot of really good community stuff in it. You see, we lead off with Hopping into Easter. That is the Elks hunt down at Dean Hackett Park Saturday morning. It was very successful. The Easter Bunny even made a appearance there, so that was cool. On the inside, we have the Kiwanis Club of the Colorado Rivers Poker Run. We got a picture of that. We got the Farmers Market recap. Walter was out there. Walter the Orphan Donkey was out there, along with a pile of different vendors. So we got that. 2 victims of a crash up in Golden Valley were identified. This was Johnny Meehan, 70 of Golden Valley, and Gary Stacy, 73 of Bullhead City. When they both passed when their vehicles collided on Highway 60, State Route 68. Apparently, one of the vehicles, Stacy's vehicle, T-boned the other vehicle. He had pulled out of a store down there and got T-boned, and they both passed. And then we had talked a little bit about the infrastructure bill that President Biden wanted to introduce sometime this summer. One of the things that is included in that is restoring train service to Phoenix and Las Vegas. That's Amtrak service that had been stopped a few years ago. Quite a bit of sports news for in the Sunday's paper. First, we had River Valley Golf. They beat Page and Baghdad Thursday at El Rio Golf Club. Kyle Buffett paced the Dust Devils with a 44, and Ryan Hill had a 45. We also have Mojave High School girls beach volleyball. They went 5-0 against North Point Prep out there in the heat, so they stay unbeaten on the year, so congratulations to them. And then we also had a recap of the River Valley boys baseball team. They lost 6-0 to Trivium Prep on Thursday. They just couldn't get that offense going. So that is that. So that's a recap of Sunday's paper. Today, our top story is MCC and ASU partner to offer college students transfer pathways. This is a collaboration between Mojave Community College and Arizona State. It's a program where, as you're beginning to attend at MCC, they get you a pathway on how you can eventually move over to ASU. So in the past, there's always been some worry about how are all of my credits going to transfer? Do I make sure I'm on the right path? Do I have to discard everything I did at MCC or a lot of what I did at MCC? This is a way of setting that up so that you are already set. Saves you a lot of money. You get your first couple of years of education at a reduced price, which is what MCC is, before you transfer over to ASU, and you're sure that all your credits are going to transfer. So they got a bunch of things here that benefits that are included in it. It's called My Path, the number 2 ASU. End-to-end learner navigation through course-by-course guided pathways, more than 400 course-by-course pathways into immersion and online ASU degree programs, just a pile of different things. Self-service degree progress tracking, that you can do that online. So the full list of the 20 universities that you can do this, including ASU, can be found at mojave.edu/transfer. And You can. It's a free program. You can go to apply.mojave.edu to get assistance on that. All right, we've got a few breaking news stories here. Today's breaking news is brought to you by New Image Primary Care. Now scheduling appointments within 7 days. Call them for your appointment. We are starting with Mr. Puig. Is that right, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mojave County Grand Jury indicted Austin Zachary Puig, 28, on 4 different charges, including 1 charge of armed robbery in 1 case, armed robbery in a 2nd case, unlawful flight and misdemeanor reckless driving in a 3rd case, and theft in a 4th case. He will be arraigned this Thursday. He's being held right now on a $100,000 bond. He was identified as a suspect in the February 2020 armed robbery of AMPM on 2100 Highway 95. Armed with a taser, he got away with some cash and cigarettes. Then, October of the same year, October of last year, armed robbery of the same store. That time he wielded a handgun and stole money, allegedly. And then he was called on March 9th. Smith's over on Lakeside Drive called and said that he was there causing trouble, acting suspiciously. When the police got there, he took off, leading him on a high rate of speed. The police called off the chase and later arrested him at his residence about 2 weeks later. So he is also a prohibited possessor of a firearm. He had spent a little time in prison back in 2017 on a weapons charge, and apparently he didn't rehab. So when he got out in November of 2019, he went right back to work.
Another bad guy.
Another bad guy. Life-saving efforts recognized. We have 5 people here in the picture. They received the Zoll Clinical Save Awards and Challenge Coins on Friday for life-saving efforts late last year. In December of last year, a 911 call was taken by Bullhead City Police Department dispatcher Brianna Montgomery. She's there in the middle of the picture. She recognizes the need for CPR and started instructing the people on scene there on how to do CPR. Fort Mojave Mesa Fire Department crews arrived and found Betty Burgett in cardiac arrest. They used the Zoll Auto Pulse and Rescue Pod, performed resuscitation for more than 20 minutes. After multiple rounds of medication and defibrillation, they were able to return her pulse. She was taken to Valley View, and she made a full recovery and was discharged in time to spend Christmas with her family. So we have engineer paramedic Sean Tabor, Daryl and Betty Burgett, she was the patient, Brianna Montgomery, the 911 dispatcher there in the middle, and firefighter EMT Sean Tabor. And Captain Paramedic Richard Ballard and Captain Paramedic Kevin Thompson and firefighter EMT Eric Hunzinger were also among the responders, also received the awards. They're just not pictured. And we have a sad story. Yesterday, up in Golden Valley, we had yesterday afternoon about 2:42, there was a car versus train, actually 2 cars versus train collision up in Golden Valley. Unfortunately, there were 5 people total that, 3 occupants of the 2 vehicles were deceased on the scene. The 2 vehicles were stopped at a railroad crossing waiting for a passing eastbound train. The train passed. They thought it was okay to go and took off, not seeing that there was a westbound train approaching. Both vehicles were hit by the train, and the investigation is ongoing. So not a pretty sad way to spend Easter for sure.
Yeah, God bless them.
All right, in sports, we really only have one sports story from the weekend, and that would be at Arizona and Stanford. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lewick at Desert Time Realty. Call Mike today for the service you deserve and the people you trust when buying or selling your home. So we've been touting Arizona. The U of A women's basketball team has been having a great year. They had a great run through the tournament. They came up 1 point short yesterday against Stanford. Ari McDonald led Arizona with 22 points. She got off to a slow start. She had missed 9 of her 11 shots in the first half. In the second half, she turned it on, but they just came up short. So congratulations to Stanford. They were the number 1 seed. Arizona was the number 3 seed. Stanford's coach, Tara Vanderveer, has now become the most all-time wins in women's basketball history with her 1,099th career win to pass Pat Summitt. So congratulations to the Wildcats. They had a great season, just came up 1 point short. But you really got to give credit to Stanford. Their defense was something else. All right. We have a couple of flashback or today in history stories. The first one I've got is on this date in 1986, 2 American servicemen and a Turkish woman were killed in the bombing of a West Berlin discotheque, an incident that prompted a U.S. raid on Libya more than a week later. The reason this stuck out to me is because in 1986, while that happened in West Berlin, I was stationed in Germany, and the whole state, they shut down all of our bases for about a week. And when I say shut down, it was nobody on, nobody off. So things were pretty tense over there, what was gonna happen and what we were gonna do. We also have a year ago today. So we're gonna try and do this whenever something pops up that we really want to show. This is our this is our front page from a year ago today, and just to kind of show what has happened in the last year. You see our headline there. What does it say, Jeff? First death?
Yeah, the first report of a COVID-19 death
in the county. So that was a year ago today. Now today we're gone through a lot of stuff over the past year, a lot of strife, a lot of damage to some of our businesses and that, but it looks like, and we've lost a lot of people, but it looks like we're coming out of it now. So what a difference a year makes, huh?
Very much so.
So keep being vigilant, and we're almost out of this. All right, in weather. Weather is brought to you by Living Waters Hospice, your hometown hospice. Together we can make a difference. Hot. All right, back to you.
That was easy.
Today, sunny with a high around 100. Tomorrow, it's going to cool off down to 92, so don't put those jackets away yet. Wednesday, 94. Thursday, 95. Friday, 95. So it's going to be a perfect week, sunny, warm. We'll take the 95 to 100s. Huh?
I just want to know who wears a jacket when it's 90.
My wife,
people do.
My wife, I guarantee you, will be making a comment here shortly that she is that person.
She's that one, huh?
She is that one, yes.
All right, well, hey.
She's
got to stay warm.
It gets to 100, and I hightail it inside, and she's like, this is perfect out here. So,
okay.
So, great week. I hope everyone goes out and enjoys it. Remember, the Daily Dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide open MRI and offer digital x-rays with your reports ready in 24 hours. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. We got a lot of stuff coming up for you this week. On Wednesday on our Q&A is going to be Mark Clark. He'll be talking about, hopefully we'll be recapping what happens at tomorrow night's City Council meeting, as well as you all know that Mark is our resident water guru, so we got some water stuff to talk about. And then on Thursday, we're going to be doing, for our Valley Voices, we're going to be doing an interview with Larry Topping. Larry is running the Mayhem main event. So we got some questions for him. He's going to be describing all the shenanigans that he's got going on up at the Riverview Mall. I'm very excited to talk to him. So thank you, everyone. Jeff, thanks. Nice job.
Thank you, Mike, and everybody else.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, we got a new sponsor. We'll show you that tomorrow. Yee.